Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my next StarCraft 2 cast. This one is continuing in the best of 3 series from MLG Providence, the national championship, featuring these two players, LiquidSheth versus VileIllusion. This was a loser bracket round 2 match. If you missed any of the first 2 games, you can click on the screen here and that will take you to game number 2, and check the description below for the game 1 and 2. Also, if you want to know a little bit more information about the players, you can check the description below. I post up information about their stream, or their websites, or their team websites, all that good stuff. So while you guys are, of course, checking all that stuff out, let's introduce the players. Corresponding over here in the upper left-hand side, it is our red Zerg player, one of the most manner players. Of course, it is LiquidSheth. And in the close by air position on MLG Shakuras, we do see spawning in the upper right hand side. It is a up and coming player. Some people might call him a North American prodigy. It is VileIllusion. And if any of you guys are wondering why are some people calling him a North American prodigy, well, it is mainly because he is 15 years old, and every MLG that he has been to this year, and it's all the MLGs on the East Coast, he has placed and done consistently better at each one. I mean, in MLG Providence, he made it into the championship bracket, so which is pretty cool to see. And I'm not really sure what he's referring to. They seem to be having fun. Of course, if you guys aren't familiar with the MLG version of Shakuras, they do have these supply depots located at the bottom of every ramp, so you cannot block them off. Another feature is just like with the latter edition of Shakuras, your fixed spawn locations are either close by air, that we see here, or the cross map position. You can never ever spawn in the vertical position, ever. Never ever. We do see that this is actually pretty cool. Illusion's going to be going for a very quick expansion build, going for a command center first. And that's actually a very nice style on Shakuras, because it is quite easy to take your expansion. We do see Sheth did go for that hatch first, and ooh, double racks play. Pretty standard follow-up, because he's going to be having so many minerals, he has to find a way to spend them. And we do see, of course, the pool and extractor have gone down in the main base, so he's going to be getting up some speedlings. That's Overlord in the main base. He's going to be keeping an eye to see if he decides to take any refineries with those Vespian geysers, and it looks like this drone is going to start doing a little bit of damage to this SCV, and it looks like very cool play, going for that old 3 racks wall off style here. And this SCV has been pulled out just to deal with this one annoying drone just kind of banging away at the front door. We do see Natural is now up and running. He's going to start building a lot of SCVs, getting the double orbital command up quite soon. There we do see them both starting now. Overlord is going to start getting out of there and realizing, okay, Marines are going to start popping out soon. I really need to get out of here. Drones really just kind of being produced over on Sheth's side. The scouting SCV was taken out by those 2 lings. He was able to see exactly what was going on with the drones mining, and nice, he does pull off all 3 of them as soon as he got that 100 Vespian gas, so he can start that metabolic boost. And looks like lings are going to start moving across the center of the map, most likely going to be taking those watchtowers and parking at least one out here, and looks like he is going to send the other one over this way. There are already 2 Marines out. He's got 3 more in production. I like this wall style that he's going. He'll probably build another one down over here and really make his ramp much more defended. Sheth opting for a very quick expand here, going for this 3rd base. And this is something kind of standard when your opponent goes for a very quick expo. Like, you usually see this with Forge fast expands against Protoss, that they'll be taking their 3rd base around the 5-6 minute mark. And of course the SCV does pop in here and see this, so he can decide to, start throwing down those bunkers. Because he went for these 3 barracks style of play, he can really start applying the pressure very quick. So this is going to put Sheth in a awkward position here. He's got 8 more lings on the way, already has 8 on the field. He's got that metabolic boost just about finishing up, and he's really going to try to catch these Marines moving across the map. But look at this, he does not move up near the top watchtower. He goes and swings down on the bottom where he already had control, and he's going to slowly swing his way here. And the vision of the hatch does not see that this of course bunker is going down. He is trying to poke up with this lane and sees, okay, there's Marines, there's a tech lab going down, and Oh, it does pop up, and see these bunkers here, and now this puts Sheth in a very, very rough position. Metabolic Boost is finished up. He's going to try to run in here, but look at this. He went for a wall-off style, not even finishing these bunkers, just kind of using it to block off any lings that would try to come in and reinforce. We do see 20 lings are in production, but this hatch is going to go down now. And here come the lings trying to move their way in here, and they realize, oh my gosh, you did wall that off. And this base does go down. They are going to start taking out the most weakened one. It is canceled. Nice job canceling it. And he pulls back into the corner, cancels the other two. And all of this is going to be cleaned up. But he is taking out quite a lot of lings. Was able to deny the expansion and force a lot of lings out of Sheth. This one queen did come out here. It's probably going to drop down a creep tumor on the receding creep. And looks like the lings want to try to move back around. They are going to start popping over at these watchtowers here. And I don't know what they were doing over in this corner here. Just going to be hanging out here, doing a little bit of a dance. And we do see this nice ling has popped out at the front to see when his opponent is going to move out for another push. We do see Stim has been started, as well as dropping down that engineering bay to get that +1 weapons attack. He's got the factory and 2 more barracks being added on. Looks like the Overlord is going to be flying in now to try to get an idea of what he is doing. And back in Sheth's base, we do see he has added on that Evolution Chamber, started that +1 melee attack, and the second Evo Chamber just finished up, so we can get that +1 ground carpence very soon. Baneling Nest has started in the natural, and he's just kind of droning up. He has restarted building that third now. And just kind of waiting there, the +1 ground carpence has started. He has started at least a couple more lings, holding back on the drone production just for a brief moment so he can know he'll be in a very safe defensive position. He will start restarting that drone position as soon as his third finishes up, and we do see that he is going to be starting that lair in his natural. We do see, of course, back in Illusion's base, he is starting a third command center, doing that swap with the factory and starport to get up that reactor starport to double produce those medevacs. He also has added on 2 reactors onto these barracks so he can produce a lot more marines, getting that armory, and so he can really add on a second engineering bay and start producing those double upgrades. He's got +1 armor on the way now. Oh, he already has those 2 engineering bays. Yep, getting that +1 weapons and armor at the same time. He can decide to scout with this factory, since he is only going for Marine Viking or Marine medevac right now, or he can choose to wait and throw it down at a tech lab on it and start going Marine siege tank. Now, as soon as he gets these 2 medevacs, he's going to be going for a very nice timing with this, and Overlords are able to see this double drop, and nice, he does drop down 1 Marine and is able to take this out, but Sheth is going to be in a very nice position, has quite a lot of lings and banelings in a good defensive position in his main, and ground conference is just about to finish up. Here come the lings, going to be start streaming in. They do have +1 attack, and they get a nice round, and he does end up lifting up and saving quite a lot of these Marines. And now it looks like he's going to just start shooting down at a couple of these units from below ground. We do see that double spine crawlers are being placed behind the mineral line for defensive purposes. Creep spread is looking phenomenal for Sheth, connecting his third and natural, but I would like to see him connect his main and natural a little bit better here. And nice, gonna start targeting down drones. Mining gas gets 1, and well, it just backs on up. And we do see that he is getting, of course, that +2 melee attack. Looks like Illusion's just gonna back down to this lower ramp here. Also getting that centrifugal hooks to increase the speed of banelings, and an infestation pit has been thrown down with pathogen gland being started. Just kind of droning up right now. Going to be throwing down a macro hatch, it looks like. Where is it going down? Oh, no, it's not a macro hatch. He's getting his 4th base now. So, oh, looks like huge pocket of Marines are going to start moving out. They actually get a huge surround on these lings and banelings. The banelings are caught in a bad position without speed. They are all being targeted down. He does end up taking out a handful of Marines. Here comes some reinforcing lings over from Sheth's side of the map, but that is a lot of Marines. They do stem up, and they are going to start moving their way forward. They do take control of the map now. Map control has fallen to Illusion. He is, of course, +1/+1 and has free reign to start taking control of these watchtowers, get up his 3rd base and all this, and he's opted for a orbital command. We do see he's just kind of lowered this barracks on the low ground so he can keep streaming units out from his main. Added on a reactor on this, and looks like he's going to be getting siege tanks now. Looks like a pocket of Marines have started moving forward and going to start stimming and cleaning up a couple of these creep tumors here. Marines do get cleaned up by these Lings, and infestors have started to be added onto this army. Looks like the Lings are going to start streaming up and want to clean up the watchtowers. And oh, nice, has some Marines on the high ground and start doing some damage. And I would love to see a siege tank get thrown up on the high ground as well. That's always really cool stuff to see. He has started siege up, and looks like Lings do want to pop in here to see, have you taken this third base? And now you realize, okay, you've taken that base as your third. Now I can maybe try to move in and get, getting in range of this siege tank here. All the Lings are going to start moving in. We do see, nice, one big fungal goes down, and a couple of infested Terrans do get dropped down on this one siege tank, but most of the units from Sheth do get cleaned up. I don't know if this is the best engagement. This actually is a really smart plan. He does stream the Lings in, try to do a little bit of damage to the units in the natural. Marines do end up cleaning up pretty much everything from Sheth. I would have actually preferred if Sheth had moved those infestors back and left them live and build up energy instead of, actually these infested Terrans are doing a great job cleaning up SCVs just one by one here. 9 SCVs have been killed off this game, so pretty cool to see. Looks like we're going to see a drop be loaded up. Double drop style from the crazy multitasking of Illusion. He's added on these 3 factories on all this, and triple producing with those siege tanks. Has a lot of barracks with reactors. We see another one being added on, and this 4th command center, he can fly over to this expansion now. And we do see, this base was hit with a drop. It looks like in all of that engagement, Illusion's multitasking is just so good. And looks like a drop has been dropped down over here in the main base, but it is going to be spotted and taken out. And looks like just drones going to be heading over to this 5th base. Lings and Banelings and Infestors have started to pile up at this watchtower, and there's the stim going to come in and clean up the watchtower. And now he sees this huge army over here. Siege tank has been placed on the high ground. These Marines doing a good job getting healed. They do get cleaned up by the Banelings, though. Back over in Sheth's base, he has started that +3/+3, also getting that adrenal glands to increase the attack speed of those Zerglings. And also getting, of course, that hive tech is finished up. He's getting a Spire now, getting Burrow, and it looks like he's going to be transitioning into Broodlords this game. And possibly even Ultralisk, since he is getting that +3/+3. Both are very viable options. And we do see that this is a really awesome spread of siege tanks for Illusion, even throwing in a couple of missile turrets here, getting this expansion up and running. He's really got a path here to really defend both this expansion and this expansion. Looks like Lings do want to try to sneak their way in here, but here come the Marines and siege tanks, and they do get a lot of damage. Siege tanks are starting to shell down on these retreating Lings, but they weren't able to snipe any of those infestors or any of those Banelings. And we do see double siege tanks are going to start moving up onto the high ground. He is going to slowly start creeping his way forward here, and he's going to be able to scan and deny these creep tumors from spreading out even further. And nice job, takes out pretty much all of those creep tumors. Fungal growth goes down on the Marines, and wow, nice, he even snipes a Baneling and all that. And Illusion's maxed out at 200 out of 200, adding on double factory in this. He's getting that thermal pre-igniter in order to get those blue flame Hellions, and it looks like this drop wants to be flying over here and do a little bit of pressure to this expansion. He might actually just start dropping it on the high ground and take out a lot of these Marines, or a lot of these drones here with these Marines. And there's the Greatest Fire on the way. 7 Corruptors have just now started, and ooh, little double pressure with these drops, trying to keep him contained over in this side. And realizes, okay, I don't want to be applying any pressure there. He can fly in and of course do a snipe on this hatch. He is going to start unload. He does start unloading. There is that spike roll there, but he really needs to stim and target this hatchery. He is starting to target it down. It is at the 70 health, and there it goes. It does get sniped. Very nice job out of Illusion, and now he just flies away with this. Or just leaves the medevac to die. We do see slowly pressing forward and sieging up on this expansion down in the left-hand side here. And here come the Infestors and Lings. And he's trying to get these Overlords just enough to get one infested Terran up on the high ground. But because of these vision that he has, he's able to clean that up and keep this Siege Tank alive. But Broodlords have already been created. Marines do try to run in here, but they do get taken out very quickly. He is at 0-0 for those in Broodlords. He's got +1 flyer attack on the way. He does have a handful more Corruptors as well, and this is what he needs to start pushing the favor back in his side of the map here. He's going to actually push Illusion all the way back down to his third base here, it looks like. We do see Illusion is taking all of this expansions on his side of the map, adding in those Thors, adding in, of course, the Vikings now, something that he didn't opt for in game number 1, which will actually help out a lot because there are quite a few Broodlords. Here come the Lings, going to stream in and do a lot of damage. Broodlings actually leading and taking out a lot of siege tanks. He should not be sieging them up because really they just get obliterated by their own friendly fire here. We do see +3 melee or infantry weapons is on the way. +3 armor has finished up. A couple Vikings and Thors are on the field and on the way. These two Vikings are actually going to start picking away at all of these Broodlords. One does go down. We do see fungal growth going down on these Vikings. A lot of infested Terrans are being dropped down, but here come the reinforcing Thors. They are going to be able to help out so much. These infestors need to do something here, and now we do see some fungals being dropped down, but now it looks like Sheth is going to start pushing his way back. These Blue Flame Hellions are even moving in and doing quite a lot of damage to these Lings and Broodlings. And Sheth is forced back on his side of the map. He is dropping fungal growth down to do a little bit of damage and solve things as much as he can. He's got 10 more Lings on the way, and his supply is actually dropping down. Illusion is doing quite well at the 165 mark compared to the 167 of his opponent. He's pushing all these Broodlords back. There's only 2 infestors left and 3 Broodlords. The Marines pushing all the way up, sniping another Broodlord. There goes another one. There's only none left now. Here come the Lings and a couple infestors. We do see 7 more Broodlords in production, but this expansion is going to go down, and Sheth is stuck in a very, very tough position here. He's trying to move in and get a good defensive position with these Broodlords. There is actually a pressure from the bottom side with these Marines. They do get fungled and cleaned up by all of these Lings. Illusion is just hitting everywhere at once. Sheth is long distance mining from this expansion up here. You cannot really get anything up and running. If we look at the income, Illusion's only at 47 SCVs, but his income is so high because of the amount of mules that he has. And fungal growth going down on these Blue Flame Hellions, but all of the Broodlords are actually being taken out by these Thors and by these Vikings. He is trying to drop down as much as he can. Lings get a good surround, and it looks like this army of Illusion is going to be taken out, but he is still ahead in supply of Sheth right now. Drops down now to 151 compared to the 153, and here comes another reinforcing army. All these infested Terrans are going to be taken out. There's 16 Lings in production. He's trying to fall back to these Spine Crawlers to have at least a nice defensive position. One Broodlord does get sniped, and all of these infestors are really out of energy. All they can do is drop infested Terran Marines trying to do what they can to stem up, and nice, one fungal growth goes down. These medevacs are taken out. Broodlords are doing a good job defending, and look at this. It's even up in supply again, and Illusion is just getting army after army and just pushing forward and forward, going, you know what? You're stuck in a very, very defensive position. I'm just going to keep applying the pressure while I just drop mules on all of my expansions and be in a very nice position. One infestor does get taken out, and here comes another one. Going to drop down a huge fungal growth on all of these Marines here, and we do see a bunch of infestors are moving across the map. One Baneling for one Marine, not a very good trade. The Queen does get sniped with full energy. Here comes a lot more Broodlords. That is 10 Broodlords, but with these Vikings and Thors here, these Broodlords aren't going to be able to do too much damage at all. A couple of these infested Terran eggs have been dropped down. One Thor does go down from these Broodlings. They are going to be able to take out this one Thor as well. There's still one left, and these Vikings finally do fall, and now there is only 7 Broodlords. 2 more Corruptors on the way, and looks like Lings do stream in and are going to start picking up a couple SCVs, and these two, what are you doing? Do something. Nice, dropping down some mules. Looks like Illusion is going to push back. He's got a lot of Marines here, as well as 2 Thors. Huge fungal goes down on one pocket of Marine. Another fungal goes down on the lower pocket, and it looks like he is doing everything he can. These Broodlords are being picked off one by one. They are very, very low on health. He is trying to morph in a few more, as well as get infestors. These Lings did take out the Destructible Rock, so we can try to expand down here and keep his economy going. But the pressure from Illusion is relentless. He's back up to 158 supply. Here is another group of units, and nice, lifting up 2 Thors. Looks like he's going to be dropping in here and dropping down. Oh, Where did he go? There he's going with these Thors. I'm like, where are they? These Marines denied this expansion over here. He's going to be dropping. Look at this. Going to be dropping up with Marines. And Thors have been dropped down on this expansion. The Marines are getting cleaned up by these Broodlords. The drop is up here. We'll keep an eye to see when he decides to unload this. Lifts up those Thors and is going to regroup with the rest of the army. I like that he is starting to transition into a very mech-centric army. He is up to 176 supply compared to the 150 of Sheth. And this medevac is just kind of keeping an eye on exactly what his opponent is doing. And Sheth is trying everything he can to mass up these lings. And, oh, spawning pool is getting sniped. It does get taken out by this one drop here. And lings do stream in. And now this is actually a very tough position for Sheth because he cannot reinforce with any of these lings. That was pretty much the base of his army. And now looks like the Broodlords are going to start creeping their way forward here and start sieging up on all of these units. And big stim, looks like Thor Splash goes down on a lot of these units. Fungal goes and it's taking out a lot of these units. They do get completely obliterated by this, but the Thors are left alive and dealing so much damage to these Broodlords. Illusion still up in supply at 160 compared to the 127 of its opponent. We do see 3 more of these Broodlords being morphed in on the high ground, but the Thors are just still alive and doing so much. Look at this, microing them up, lifting them up in those medevacs and able to save quite a bit. Now he reinforces with another group of Marines and starts dropping in these Thors again. Marines doing so much damage, and looks like all of the Broodlords are going to be cleaned up. He is going to be able to start taking out these 3 morphing in stims, and he's forced to cancel them. Sheth is down to 116 supply. These Spinecrawlers are all that is defending against this one force of Illusion. He is able to take out all of the Spinecrawlers. There's only 1 left, and drones are forced to be pulled. There is another drop in the main base, picking off reinforcements, going to take out this hatch, and there's a drop down in the bottom left-hand side. Illusion's multitasking is just too much for Sheth. He is trying to defend everywhere, but it's not really enough. His income is down to only 600 with all of his drones, and wow, the main base is completely decimated. He is trying to get up what he can, but look, Illusion is back up to 170 supply. That's a huge force that has been massing up. He's going to be swinging up, and nice, a drop comes in here and sees this expansion is going to take it out. Broodlords are trying to do what they can. Another fungal goes down, takes out a pocket of Marines, and it looks like these Thors are doing so much fast splash damage. All the infested Terrans have been dropped down. These few infestors are pretty much depleted of energy right now, and oh, he's trying everything he can, and Sheth is doing a great job defending, and oh, 1 more Thor goes down. The second Thor is all that is left, but here comes a reinforcing group of Marines. They do stim up. There are medevacs here to help reinforce, and scanning, seeing the Broodlords on the high ground, is going to start taking them out. A couple infested Terrans do pick off some Marines on the low ground, but only all the Marines take him out. It does take out one of the Broodlords, and now it's just infestors without any energy left to defend against these 3 Marines. He's got 11 more Marines in production, as well as more Blue Flame Hellions and Thors, and Lings do finally get produced because that spawning pool had to get recreated. And we do see, look at this, taking out this mining, or this base over here. It does not get canceled. It was sniped, and now he can slowly start pushing his way forward. Looks like Marines are still in the main base, doing all the damage they can to any units that come in. Spinecrawlers are going to try to deal with this, but against 3 Marines, they really don't stand much of a chance. They all get taken out very quickly. It stims, and just going to start taking out creep tumors now, pushing his way further and further in. Looks like he's even going to expand to this upper expansion. Nice fungal growth, and dropping down some infested Terrans, and there's still 1 Broodlord left alive. Lings do manage to clean up the remaining Marines, but look at this force out of Illusion. He's still got a lot more units left, and he's going to start pushing his way back across the map. Chief tanks have started to be produced again. He's going to start sieging up. Here comes 1 Broodlord, and Sheth is at 107 supply compared to the 180 of his opponent. Infested Terrans do get dropped. Here come the Marines stimming up, and nice, he does burrow and able to save these, but no, the scan comes down, and he runs in and takes them out. The Broodlord goes down, and Ling's trying to reinforce, but nice, fungal goes down on a lot of these units, but they are not going to be killed off because of all the medevacs here. He does manage to take out everything, and GG is called. Good luck in the tournament from LiquidSheth. VileIllusion with an insane map control, heavy drop oriented play, and transitioning into that awesome, pretty much mech style later on, was able to just find his way in and take the series 2-1 in his best of 3, and it was an amazing final game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A 33-minute long game that had Sheth pretty much stuck in a huge defensive position for almost 10 minutes straight, where he was trying to get bases up, trying to defend against these multiple drops. He had one drop hitting here, one drop. Look, the drops that he had completely destroyed the main base of Sheth. There's not an ounce of creep anywhere inside of this base. There's just one lone extractor here. And, I mean, it was an amazing series out of both players. Both players played phenomenally well, but Illusion really showed that he is a top tier player, able to take out LiquidSheth and advance further into the loser bracket. And I hope you guys enjoyed this series as much as I enjoyed casting it. It was very, very intense with all of the action going on, Brood Lords and Infestors, and it was just awesome. Now, this is, of course, going to be my first series from MLG Providence that I'm going to be casting up. If there is any more matches from Providence that you would like to see that you haven't been able to watch yet, please let me know in the comments below and just say, oh, I would love to see, you know, some games from Liquid Hey Pro, because he performed quite well at Providence as well. Or, you know, anyone else in particular, maybe from the open bracket, just let me know, and I will see what I can do about casting some of those up. If you enjoy my casting, be sure to subscribe to my channel. All of your guys' support does help me out. I do release one new cast a week, sometimes more than that, as like with this, I've got a series, and it was a best of 3, so I uploaded all the games in the series. And, of course, if there's anything I can do to improve my casting, please let me know in the comments below as well. Of course, check the description for more information about these players. And, of course, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next game.